During update 4 for episode... No. During update 4 for... for season 1 episode... For season 1 episode 10, which we rolled in back in update 4... No. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm bringing you the 7th update for my Pan More With Feeling project, Pan. This project was inspired by Pan Interrupted, which is a panning project based on the television show Supernatural, created by Jessica and Amanda, who I'll have linked down below. But Pan More With Feeling is my Buffy the Vampire Slayer version of that project. So we are panning a product for every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If you've been following along, I'll have the playlist linked in the cards and down in the description. You'll know that I'm also doing a watch along. So every time I'm introducing a new episode, I have just watched it. We are working on 6 products at a time, and I'm pleased to say that we're rolling out 2 products, 2 episodes, and rolling in 2 new products and 2 new episodes. But let's go through the products we've currently been working on. With the first one being introduced way back during my introduction for season 1, episode 5, Never Kill a Boy on the First Date. So I rolled in this secret cuticle oil. We are currently up here. This is where we have been for a while now. I'll have all the details up here for you to read along, but I have not used it since the last update, so this product has kind of sat stagnant. My plan is to completely use it up, and I'm still sticking with the goal for the time being, and I really need to start using it. I'm planning to start utilizing it both on my nails, my fingernails, and also potentially my toenails. But if you can give me some advice on how to get this bad boy used up a little bit quicker, please let me know down in the comments. But this product is staying in. For season 1, episode 10, Nightmares, we rolled in this Ixona anti-aging, anti-wrinkle and firm sleep mask way back in update 4. I did end up changing my goal. So my goal was originally to use this up. I've now got the goal of 20 uses. This is what we're currently looking like. And I have used this 3 times since the last update. You can see over here, there has been a slight drop in the weight. And we're currently sitting at 16 uses. So I only need to use it another 4 times before the next update so that I can roll this one out, and I think that that is achievable. So this one is staying in the project for now. We are now into season 2, and last update for season 2 episode 4, Inca Mummy Girl, we rolled in this sunken original hydrating mist toner. My goal is to use this up. We were sitting up here when I rolled it in. We are now down to here. So if we continue on that path, we're probably looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 more updates until this one is completed. So I would like to start using it a bit more. It is a misting toner, and I don't have much use for them in my current makeup routine. This goes on before you do the rest of your hydrating, moisturizing, face setting procedure, and 9 times out of 10 I just don't waste my time with this. So it is something I do need to start incorporating more into my daily schedule. But I am pleased to see that I am getting some use out of this, and this will be continuing in this project. Then for season 2, episode 5, Reptile Boy, we rolled in an eyeshadow from this W7 whatever totally random palette. The shadow we've been working on is the shade Hooky, which is this one right here. As you can see, I have hit pan, which was my goal. Surprisingly, this only took me 6 uses to hit pan, but I am pleased that this product will be rolling out of the project, which is the first item rolling out. For season 2, episode 6, Halloween, we're working on another eyeshadow. This is the Essence single eyeshadow in 01 Snowflake. Once again, my goal is to hit pan. As you can see, I do have quite a dip going, but I am yet to hit pan. I have used this 19 times since the last update, and I have mainly been using it as an inner corner highlight, hence the quite aggressive dip going on there. But even with 19 uses, I still have a ways to go, so this is staying in the project. And then last but not least, for the products I've currently been working on, we have season 2, episode 7, Lie to Me. And for that, I've been working on another eyeshadow from my Revolution Celestial Dreams palette. And we've been working on the shadow Cancer, which is this one down here, this blue shade. And my goal is to hit pan. And as you can see, I have managed to achieve that. This palette is the palette I'm actually wearing on my eyes today. This palette is currently a part of my Pan Those Eyeshadows project. I'll have that linked up in the cards. It is a focus palette, and my goal for them is to create full entire looks using said palette. So this is a sneak peek of one of those looks. Like I said, my goal was to hit pan on Cancer, which I have managed to do. It took me 14 uses, and I am pleased to say that this one will be rolling out of the project as well. So that is 2 episodes rolling out, which means we'll have another 2 episodes rolling in. First up, for season 2, episode 8, The Dark Age. This episode focuses around Giles and his past. A few episodes back in Halloween, we met Ethan, who was running that costume store. He is someone from Giles' past, and this episode has him in it as well. Back in the day when Giles was but a young pup, he got into a bad crowd, which included him and his friends summoning a demon for essentially the high that demon created. Things have now changed, and he is now the Watcher we know and love, but his past is now haunting him. We start the episode with a guy named Philip who is trying to get to Giles, but he is killed by a demon. We then learn about Giles's past, and the whole episode is around Buffy and the Scoobies trying to help Giles while he is trying to push them away. Giles is definitely on a wrong path during this episode, and really he should be using his friends more, even if they're only high schoolers. The demon in question does possess people's bodies, especially the dead or the unconscious. A scene in the library sees said demon jump into Jenny Calendar's unconscious body. Buffy ends up going off to try to assist Ethan, who tries to use her as bait for the demon that is currently residing in Jenny. And while that is all going on, Giles is kind of useless throughout this story. He causes a lot more harm than he does good. And I think the Scoobies, and by the Scoobies I mean Willow, Xander, and Cordelia, they really shine in this story, especially Willow. If it isn't for Willow and the research that the Scoobies conduct and the idea that she comes up with to save the day and bringing said ability to save the day into the situation, things would have gone a lot worse. So I really did enjoy this character development we've seen through all the characters throughout the story, and the fact that we've been shown very clearly at this point that Giles is not infallible. He does make poor decisions and at times can be rather selfish, really, and is yet to put as much trust into Buffy as the Slayer as well as the Scoobies as he should be. I did enjoy one of the ending scenes where Buffy kind of highlights that she was really under the impression that Giles was an adult and therefore shouldn't make such silly choices as she would, being youthful, but unfortunately that is something they obviously have in common. And you know, everybody is in fact human, except when they're not, obviously. But really what helped me cement what I wanted to select for the product for this episode, I based that around how the demon moves from body to body. When the demon is essentially forced out of the current host body, it kind of turns into this purpley, bluey goo. If I can find a picture, I will put a picture up here so you know what I'm talking about. If not, I would have cut this little segment out of the video. But in honor of that purpley, bluey goo that the demon turns into, I decided to roll in this Becca primer. As you can see here on the box, there is this purpley iridescent goo, which is obviously said primer, on the packaging, and that is actually kind of what the demon looked like. So therefore I have decided to roll in this primer. This is the First Light priming filter. We currently have this much left in the packaging, so not very much. But as you know, I do have 2 other primers in my Leave the Hive in 25 project, which I'll have linked up in the cards and down in the description. So I've decided to only give this a 25 use goal. I'm not sure if 25 uses will mean this product is gone or if it means that I'll still have some left. But I think 25 is a reasonable amount of times to get a decent amount of use of this product, but still give me enough time in my makeup usage schedule to focus in on those other 2 primers that I need to finish before the end of the year. So this is the first product that will be rolling in. Then we have Season 2, Episode 9, What's My Line, Part 1. School is having a career fair, and Buffy is kind of faced with the reality of a future as the Slayer. This is another one of those episodes where Buffy's really battling with the truth of her being the Slayer and what that is going to mean in her life. Being the chosen one is obviously not an easy gig. And she does comment a couple of times that she really just wants to be a normal girl living a normal life. So while that is going on, Spike and Drusilla are still hanging around, and Spike is trying to find the cure for whatever it is that Drusilla has. But the pesky Slayer is just getting in the way. So he hires 3 bounty hunters to come and take care of things. It appears we are introduced to all 3 of these bounty hunters, and Buffy and Angel actually defeat one throughout this episode. As you might have realized from the title, this is only part 1 of a 2-part episode, and we end on a really big, I guess, cliffhanger, a big momentous moment where one of the people we are led to believe are a bounty hunter turns out to be Kendra the Vampire Slayer. If you remember way back at the end of season 1, Buffy was deceased for a minute there after meeting the Master, which means that technically the line of Slayers have moved on. And this is our first introduction to Kendra, who essentially locks Angel in a cage with the threat of the sun coming very quickly to him, finds Buffy, who has currently sleeping at Angel's house, and is in the process of fighting her. She asks Buffy, "Who are you?" Buffy says, "Who am I? Who are you?" And she says, "I'm Kendra the Vampire Slayer," which is how this first part ends. So, big introduction, big shock for all those involved. Unless you've seen the show before and you knew that it was coming. But because of that, because we have got another Slayer in the mix, I have decided to roll in a little bit of a funny ha-ha. So this is another eyeshadow palette. It is the I Heart Revolution Sweet and Tasty eyeshadow palette. It's the popcorn eyeshadow palette. And for that, I'm rolling in this shadow right here, which is called Sequel, because really Kendra is kind of the sequel to Buffy. It is an interesting shadow. It is quite a browny purple shadow, and in fact I have not used this at all, so this is the first time even swatching it. That is a fun color indeed. But my goal will be to hit pan, and to be honest, I don't think I've even really used this palette even once, so it will be good to focus in on this palette a bit. So these are the 2 products I'm going to be rolling in. They've both got that purple feel to them. And we are definitely starting to get to the pointy end of season 2. All the fun stuff, all the drama of season 2 is about to begin. And I am here for it. But I'm interested to know down in the comments, what were your feels about Kendra when that character was introduced? But that is all I have for you today. So until next time, I'm Verity. This was the 7th update for my Pan More With Feeling project pan. And now to the outro.